Welcome to Truth Report. I'm Alex Truth.
And I'm Maya Clarity. Tonight, we're digging deep into the hidden costs of the green revolution, exposing how a rush to market and a fragmented global supply chain are putting consumers at risk, even as companies tout their environmental credentials.
We'll uncover a significant safety scandal involving a major player in the e-bike market, questioning the true price of rapid technological adoption and the regulatory bodies tasked with protecting us. Is the promise of sustainable transport being overshadowed by a systemic failure in quality control?
We'll investigate the troubling pattern of defects emerging from seemingly reputable brands, analyzing who truly benefits when safety is compromised, and who is left to pick up the pieces, both literally and figuratively. This isn't just about a faulty product, it's about trust, accountability, and the future of climate solutions.
Join us as we shine a light on the uncomfortable truths behind the headlines, revealing the deeper implications of shortcuts in manufacturing and the urgent need for robust oversight in the rapidly expanding world of electric personal mobility. This is Truth Report. Our top story tonight casts a shadow over the booming electric bicycle market, a sector often championed as a cornerstone of sustainable urban transport. We're reporting on a significant recall that raises serious questions about consumer safety and corporate responsibility within this rapidly expanding industry.
According to Electrek, a leading publication in electric vehicle news, nearly 20,000 electric bicycles have been recalled in the U.S. The reason? A critical defect that could cause the rear wheel to separate from the bike while in use, creating an extremely dangerous crash risk for riders.
The brand at the center of this alarming recall is Trek, a name synonymous with cycling and often perceived as a quality leader. This isn't some fly-by-night operation, but an established manufacturer, which makes the scale and nature of this defect all the more concerning for riders and industry watchers alike.
This is a devastating blow to consumer confidence. Imagine riding at speed, perhaps commuting on a busy street, only for your rear wheel to detach without warning. The potential for severe injury, even fatality, is undeniably high, transforming an eco-friendly commute into a life-threatening gamble.
The specific models affected are the Trek FX Plus 2 and Trek Allant Plus 7 low-step e-bikes, sold between September 2022 and October 2023. These aren't entry-level models, they represent a significant investment for consumers, often ranging from $2,000 to $3,000. This recall isn't just an inconvenience, it's a financial hit for many.
The defect reportedly stems from an issue with the rear wheel's quick-release skewer mechanism, which can loosen and allow the wheel to come off. While quick-release skewers are common, a design or manufacturing flaw that compromises their fundamental safety function is inexcusable, especially on a powered vehicle.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, has been involved in overseeing this recall, which is their mandate. But we have to ask, how did such a fundamental design or manufacturing flaw pass through Trek's internal quality control, let alone make it into nearly 20,000 units on the market?
It points to a systemic breakdown. Was it a cost-cutting measure in component sourcing? A rushed production schedule to meet demand? Or an oversight in testing protocols for new e-bike designs that didn't fully anticipate real-world stresses on the quick-release mechanism under electric power?
Trek has announced that consumers should immediately stop using the recalled e-bikes and contact an authorized Trek retailer for a free inspection and repair. While a recall is a necessary step, the burden of rectifying the defect ultimately falls on the consumer to return their bike, often without immediate alternative transport.
Furthermore, the sheer volume of this recall, 20,000 units, suggests this isn't an isolated incident but a widespread manufacturing or design problem. It raises questions about the overall robustness of Trek's supply chain and quality assurance processes for a product category where safety is paramount.
And this isn't the first time the e-bike sector has faced safety concerns. We've seen battery fire issues, frame cracks, and braking system failures across various brands. This Trek recall serves as another stark reminder that the rapid expansion of micromobility needs equally rapid advancements in safety standards and enforcement.
The CPSC has a critical role, but its capacity to proactively monitor every new product entering the market, especially with complex global supply chains, is often stretched thin. This frequently means recalls are reactive, only occurring after defects are discovered and sometimes after injuries have already occurred.
The implications extend beyond immediate safety. This recall erodes public trust in e-bikes as a viable, safe alternative to cars, potentially slowing down adoption rates at a time when we critically need to shift towards sustainable transportation options to combat climate change.
Let's analyze who benefits and who loses in this situation. Clearly, the consumers who purchased these e-bikes are the primary losers. They've invested significant money in a product they believed was safe and reliable, only to discover it poses a serious injury risk.
Beyond the immediate danger, there's the inconvenience and financial devaluation. Even after a repair, the resale value of a recalled product can be significantly impacted, and consumer confidence in the repaired unit, or even the brand itself, may never fully recover.
Trek, as the manufacturer, also faces substantial losses. The direct costs of a recall, notification, inspection, repair parts, labor, and logistics can be immense. But perhaps more damaging is the intangible cost to their brand reputation, which is built on decades of trust in the cycling community.
This recall will undoubtedly impact Trek's sales, at least in the short term. Consumers, now wary, might opt for competitor brands or delay their e-bike purchases entirely. This ripple effect could slow down the entire e-bike market, affecting retailers, component suppliers, and even the broader push for green transport.
Who benefits? Potentially, competing e-bike brands that maintain a stronger safety record, or those who can quickly adapt their marketing to highlight their robust quality control. However, a major recall like this can also cast a shadow over the entire e-bike industry, leading to a collective loss of confidence.
You could argue that regulatory bodies, like the CPSC, benefit in a sense by demonstrating their function, albeit reactively. The recall process itself, when effective, prevents further harm. Yet, the question remains, could this harm have been prevented proactively, saving consumers and the company from this ordeal?
The environmental movement, which champions e-bikes as a climate solution, also loses. Every time a green product is associated with a major safety defect, it provides ammunition for skeptics and undermines the credibility of sustainable technologies, making it harder to convince the public to embrace them.
And let's not forget the workers involved. From the factory floor where the defect originated to the retail service departments now tasked with repairs, there's a significant burden. While some might see job security in repairs, the underlying issue of product safety is a systemic stressor on the entire workforce. This incident with Trek isn't just an isolated product flaw, it exposes deeper connections to broader power structures that influence manufacturing, consumer safety, and the very narrative of climate solutions. It highlights the often unseen tensions between profit, speed, and public welfare.
Consider the power dynamics in global supply chains. When a company like Trek outsources component manufacturing, even to seemingly reputable partners, they cede a degree of control. The pressure to reduce costs and increase output can lead to corners being cut far down the supply chain, where oversight is less stringent.
This often creates a race to the bottom, where manufacturers compete on price, and quality assurance can become a casualty. The brand at the top, like Trek, bears the ultimate responsibility and reputation damage, but the systemic pressures for cheap labor and materials are often driven by market demands and investor expectations.
We also see the limitations of regulatory power. The CPSC, while vital, is often playing catch-up. They rely on manufacturers to self-report defects, or on consumer complaints, before they can act. This reactive approach is inherently flawed when dealing with rapidly evolving product categories like e-bikes, where innovation outpaces regulation.
This recall raises the uncomfortable question of whether the green narrative surrounding e-bikes sometimes overshadows fundamental safety checks. Are consumers and regulators so eager to embrace sustainable solutions that they overlook or downplay potential risks in the rush to market new technologies?
It's a form of greenwashing by omission, perhaps. While Trek's e-bikes offer clear environmental benefits, if the underlying product is unsafe, the positive climate messaging becomes hollow. It's a reminder that sustainability must include product integrity and consumer well-being, not just emissions reductions.
Furthermore, the resources available to consumers to understand and scrutinize these complex products are limited. Most buyers trust major brands to deliver a safe product. This trust is a powerful currency, and when it's betrayed by a widespread safety defect, it can have far-reaching implications for market dynamics and public perception of green tech.
This incident underscores the need for stronger pre-market testing and transparent reporting requirements for all new products, particularly those with a mechanical or electrical component, before they reach the consumer. It's not enough to rely on post-market recalls once the danger is already present.
What we've seen with the Trek e-bike recall is more than just a single faulty product. It's a vivid illustration of the systemic challenges facing the burgeoning climate technology sector, where the push for rapid innovation and market dominance often outpaces robust safety protocols and adequate regulatory oversight.
This pattern of recalls, whether for e-bikes, electric scooters, or even electric vehicles, points to a troubling trend. Manufacturers, driven by aggressive growth targets and pressure from investors, are bringing products to market without sufficiently rigorous testing or comprehensive quality control across their intricate global supply chains.
The narrative of green solutions is powerful and necessary, but it risks becoming a smokescreen if the products themselves are not fundamentally safe and reliable. This erosion of trust, caused by incidents like the Trek recall, directly undermines the public's willingness to adopt the very technologies we need to combat climate change.
We're seeing a critical gap between the promise of sustainable living and the reality of product manufacturing. It's a disconnect that consumers pay for, not just with their money, but potentially with their safety. The allure of eco-friendly transport shouldn't come at the expense of basic user protection.
The broader power structures at play here are clear: the immense pressure on companies to deliver profitable, green solutions quickly, the often underfunded and reactive nature of regulatory bodies like the CPSC, and the consumer's limited ability to discern quality and safety in complex new technologies.
This isn't just about corporate negligence, it's about a systemic environment that incentivizes speed over thoroughness. Until there are more stringent proactive safety standards, more robust international supply chain oversight, and genuine accountability for pervasive defects, these recalls will continue to be a regular occurrence.
And every recall, every injury, every broken promise of a safe, sustainable alternative, pushes us further away from the collective climate goals we are striving for. The public needs to be able to trust that their investment in a greener future is an investment in their safety, not a gamble.
The truth is, the green revolution must also be a safe revolution. Without that commitment to fundamental product integrity, we risk not only consumer harm but also a significant setback in the broader movement towards a sustainable planet.
The Trek e-bike recall is a stark reminder that the journey to a sustainable future must be paved with integrity, transparency, and an unwavering commitment to safety. We cannot afford to compromise on consumer well-being in the race for innovation.
We urge consumers to remain vigilant, research products thoroughly, and report any safety concerns immediately. Demand better from manufacturers and from the regulators tasked with protecting you. Your voice is crucial in holding these powerful entities accountable.
It's time for a societal shift, to prioritize safety and durability over rapid, unchecked expansion in the climate tech sector. Our future, and our safety, depends on it.
Join us next time on Truth Report, as we continue to uncover the hidden truths behind the headlines, bringing you the information you need to make informed decisions.
For Maya Clarity, I'm Alex Truth.
And this has been Truth Report. Good night.